friends, and welcome back to my homestead. I am in the kitchen again today because I'm going to be making a very simple, hearty soup for my family. This is going to be a vegetarian style of soup, but you can always use it with a meat broth if that's what you choose to do. This is going to be a winter squash lentil soup. So I'm going to use some pumpkin and some winter squashes here. And let me tell you, friends, pumpkins are not just for the fall. So I harvested these beautiful squashes from my garden in the fall, and now I'm going to be cooking them. So this is end of January. It's cold out. It's snowing right now. Everything is covered with snow, and it's so beautiful. And there's icicles everywhere, and it's just so peaceful, and it reminds me of my childhood. And now I'm in the kitchen, and I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to be cooking something warm and delicious. Okay, so for this soup, I'm going to need certain items. I'm going to need, obviously, my winter squash, and I already peeled it, and I'm going to be chopping this. How much? It's really up to you how thick you want it to be, because most soups are pureed soups, but mine is going to be in chunks. It's not going to be pureed. And in case I don't have enough, I have a gigantic squash sitting here waiting for me. Okay, then I'm going to need a large onion, one large carrot, a few small stalks of celery. I'm going to need some ginger, and probably the size of the thumb. I don't know, like about this much. Then I'm going to need a couple of canned tomatoes. Why? Because I don't have fresh tomatoes. So these are just the whole canned tomatoes. Then this is, I have 2 cups of already washed red lentils, and I washed them with lemon water because that's what one little Turkish lady taught me once, and hey, I did not question why. She just said, make sure you wash it with lemon water. So I did. Then obviously salt, pepper, and my other spices. And I have some things here. Besides bay leaf and a little bit of garlic, I have turmeric, I have cumin, I have smoked paprika, and I have regular sweet paprika. If you don't have any fresh ginger, you may always use some dry ginger as well. All right, so let's begin. So I'm going to chop everything up, and I'm going to start by sauteing everything in a little bit of olive oil, because that's how I do everything. First, I saute everything in olive oil, making my zajarka. It's time to make my zajarka. I'm gonna start with the onion. I have a little bit of olive oil on the bottom of my pot, and I'm gonna start by sauteing the onion. Give them 2-3 minutes until they're nice and softly translucent, because that sauteed onion is gonna become nice and sweet, and it's gonna be perfect for any soup. Okay, the onion is done, and I'm going to be adding my other vegetables. I have shredded carrot and some celery here. And again, give them 2-3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, until everything is nicely married together and becomes nice and soft. Okay, so at this point, it's not unusual to add a little bit of olive oil or some sort of oil, because the carrot likes to drink it up. And the next step is I'm going to add my cubed pumpkin and my winter squash. I like them in small cubes because A, I like how it looks, B, I like how it's manageable on my spoon when I'm eating it, and also because some of it is going to break down a little bit and become, give that nice thickness to the soup. Give it a few minutes. Okay, so look at that. Everything became nice and soft. Oh, it's perfect start to the soup because the pumpkin released some of that natural sugars. Okay, so let's add our spices. I'm gonna start with some ginger right here that I shredded, and the rest of my spices. You can put as little or as much, any spices you like, but that's what we like in our pumpkin soup. And I like to add it to my zajarka now because when it's mixed with oil, it likes to release its natural fragrances. Oh, it smells so good in my kitchen right now. Oh, it's perfect for tonight's soup. And now it's done. I'm going to be adding my tomato. I cut it up in small chunks. If I had a fresh tomato, this would have been a perfect time, but I didn't have any fresh tomatoes, so I've got the canned one. Again, I like to saute it in the oil a little bit with the rest of my vegetables because like any other vegetable, it needs that oil to be absorbed better. Oh, look at that. It's so good. Okay, my zajarka is done. Now it's time to add the red lentils. They've been washed a few times in a warm water, running water, and I even added a little bit of that lemon. That's what I was taught by a Turkish lady from Turkey. I have no idea why. So if anyone knows the reason why I had to do that, please let me know because I would love to learn. Okay, and now I need to add the water. If you choose to add some vegetable broth or meat broth, it's up to you. But let me tell you, I can guarantee you do not need that. Water is enough because this soup will be very rich, very full of flavor, and it will not lack anything. My kids love this soup. So yes, I'm gonna be I just added 2 quarts of water, and I'm gonna bring it to a boil, put a cover on, and let's just wait until it comes to a boil for a few minutes. Okay, it's boiling. Do you think I added too much water? I think so. It's all the way to the top. Goodness. Okay, so I need about 20 minutes for this to cook. I'm going to turn the heat down way low on a gentle heat. Put a cover on with just a little, little spot open so the steam can escape. And I'm going to cook for 20 minutes until the lentils are soft. 20 minutes passed. Time of, oh my gosh, look at the color. Look at this, it got much thicker. It is absolutely perfect for tonight. So here are my bay leaves. I always add them towards the end, and I have some of my fresh garlic I like to add at the end. I have a teaspoon of dried cilantro and any other herbs you like to add, but I had some rosemary that I was growing and some fresh basil I was growing. Okay, so the soup is pretty much done. All I need to do is add some salt to taste, and always taste it, make sure you have enough, and some of fresh black pepper. I like to crack it fresh. Okay, so let's take a look and give it a little taste. I always need to taste it. Okay, so I think I need some pepper. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more pepper to give that full rounded taste to my soup. Okay, a little bit more pepper, and guess what? The soup is pretty much done. Just stir everything around, make sure the flavors are nice distributed throughout. And as always, turn off the heat and let the soup rest. 10 minutes, put a cover on. And friends, here it is. It even changed in color. Those 10 minutes gave the chance for the soup to become much more richer and well balanced. Okay, so if you like it thick, give your family member a thick part of the soup, or thin, it's up to you. Oh my goodness, look at that. And because we have that Slavic blood running through our veins, we always need to add a little bit of sour cream. Ooh, yummy. Okay friends, so my soup is finished. It's still very hot even though I let it rest for about 10 minutes. So let's give it a taste. I did add a little bit of sour cream, but if you want to go all vegetarian, obviously don't add that. So let's take a look. Let me tell you, this is perfect. No meat required at all. It's very hearty. It's delicious. It's not very spicy. I like it that it has just a little touch of ginger and all the other spices I can taste, but nothing overwhelming. Absolutely perfect to replenish some of those nutrients that we need in the winter. So good. So friends, I hope you are encouraged to make some soups this season, vegetarian or not, and this is a perfect soup to make on a cold night such as tonight. So friends, I hope you are encouraged and try something new.